Okay, so this morning we're gonna get some things done. We are going to get some molding put on the fireplace and it's gonna be painted. We're also going to have some trim put on this barrel ceiling, so some picture boxes. We're also getting some trim work done in here. The bathroom, I'm gonna get just some, like a chair rail almost right there, and add some picture boxes here. My husband took down the mirror because it needs to go up a little bit, but we also, they may need to run like a chair rail, maybe like here. And this is all the material. We're also having some boxes put on this wall, some picture boxes. And this is gonna come down because we need to have that painted, repainted. So the cabinet guys are here to repaint the beadboard. As you can see, they have taken out the mud bench, like the back part, like it's one piece. I had no idea it was like one piece. Let me show you. That is bananas. And there's the beadboard right there. It's a lot of moving parts today. Yeah, let me turn around so you can see it's a better view of it. So yeah, they took the entire thing out in one piece. So I want to show you all what got done today. As you can see, on this very high ceiling, they were able to put the trim up there. And like I said before, this is like a flexible trim, so it's kind of rubbery. I'm not sure if it's picking up on camera or not, but they put the trim up and they caulked on both sides. And so tomorrow it would be to paint the ceiling. And let's go into the living room. And they have put up all the trim. And these ceilings are 12 feet high, so I'm trying to capture it. It's hard for me to capture all of it at once because it's just so high. But if you can see, they put all the trim up and they caulked it, and then tomorrow they're going to be painting. So let me just give you a close-up of what's actually been done. As you can see, this is where I use like some wood glue there. And right here is where, you know, everything has been caulked. So yeah, it's looking great. I can't wait to see it when it's up. And the other thing that was done today is all of that trim was removed. And that's one thing too about trim. Like this is considered a two-piece. What was considered a two-piece? I'm gonna show you the two-piece. Where that trim is there is essentially where they put crown molding up there, and they add a second piece, and then they paint the middle. They paint the middle portion of it, or the wall, and it makes it appear that it's like a very thick crown molding, but it's actually just 2 pieces of crown molding, 2 pieces of trim. Yeah, so we had to remove that. As I stated before, it just looked very fussy. You see that? It's just so much. It's very busy, too much going on. So I was like, okay, I want that removed. They are going to paint the wall, add the boxes. Well, add the boxes and then paint the wall. And lastly, this was complete. So it looks much, much better now. The paint is even. The last time with the previous one, the beadboard, and I'm sure this is the same one, but it was very splotchy, the paint job. So the cabinet guy, he sent his guys back over and they touched it up. Added a second coat of paint. That was done extremely fast. I was like, wow, you guys are efficient. So that's what happened today. So tomorrow, everything should be wrapped up and I will take you all along that journey. Just keep watching and I'll update you all on day 2 of improvements. I wouldn't even call it a renovation, but just a few upgrades, some trim work that we're having done. All right, see you all tomorrow. Bye. Today is day 3 of updates to the house. So we are getting there. We have a lot of work that's been done. Our contractors have put up the trim in the hallway. And this is the trim that's been put up on the other end of the hallway. There's the French entry right there where the small mudroom is. So we have 6 boxes on this side and 4 boxes on this side. And then when you go past the arch door is 2 boxes. So 6 boxes on this side as well, total on this wall. Okay, so here's where we use that flexible trim. We just use it on this portion right here to kind of take advantage of that arch door. Because like I said, we had some scrap stuff, so the contractor was like, you know, I just don't want to leave that empty, so we'll use your flexible trim to, you know, make you a little small box there. And I was like, okay, that's genius. Because we didn't even think about it. We're just gonna leave it empty, but it's gonna look awesome. So I wanted to show you all the powder bathroom. We had them do some trim here as well. It's gonna look so nice, you know, once it's painted. You know, this is right here, just the raw wood part. So they did like this small rectangle box and then like a larger rectangle. And then we have the chair rail there. And it's also behind the door. But one thing I'm probably gonna have them change, it's not probably, but I will, is this part right here. Because I noticed when you go to, you know, cut on the lights, you kind of bump this part, and I just don't want anyone, you know, to hit their hand or, you know, scratch their hand or anything like that. So we're probably gonna have them remove this portion right here. Hopefully it won't look too odd. I don't think so. I think it kind of sticks out right now. So we'll probably have them change that. Just remove that part for us. Another thing I wanted you all to see, since we have this chair rail there, this mirror, the mirror that was hanging, we're gonna have to move the mirror higher because that mirror is like 40 inches high. We're also gonna have to move the light fixture a little higher too. I'm assuming probably gonna move it about 4 inches up. So we'll see how that goes. My husband said he can do it. You know, he's pretty good with installing lights. But we'll see if he can actually like move up the electrical cords and all that. So hopefully it'll look really good after we're done. I showed you all the ceiling in a previous clip, but just wanted to show it to you again. And I mentioned that this is like a flexible trim, because the regular trim was breaking because it's made out of wood, so it was hard to bend it. My husband found this flexible trim, which is just, it bends fairly easy. Here's the fireplace again. This is complete. It just needs to be painted. I think they did a really good job on it. It's really nice. Once it's painted, there's just one thing that they're probably gonna have to do. If you see here, it's like a little opening. So I'm assuming they're gonna use like this same wood glue and sand it down, so you won't have that opening. Because on this side, you can see how seamless this side is. I mean, it still needs to be sanded, but it kind of filled in that hole where the pieces of wood meet. And overall, we are definitely satisfied with it. I think I mentioned this in the video where did a tour, the empty tour. That towel is marble. We got it from like a local hardware store. I think it was Home Depot or Lowe's. Lowe's. Got it from Lowe's. It's actually a gift from my mom. She gave us a gift card, and we used a portion of the gift card to buy some towels. This is one of those things that, you know, we take pride in. When somebody gifts us something, and we can say that we actually use the funds or whatever to put something to our house. So every time she looks at the fireplace, she can know that this was a gift from her. Actually, from her and my dad, from my parents. They'll know that this is a gift from them, and they'll be able to see this brick. And my mom loves marbles, so she was ecstatic about it. So, you know, very fortunate that my parents gave us that gift card and just kind of let us use it for whatever we needed. But it looks beautiful. We really love it. I'll just bring you up closer so you can see the marble. And what I'm about to show you was like a last minute decision. When I say last minute decision, we decided to do a chair rail in the den. He wanted to do a chair rail with boxes, but I was like, I don't really know if we're gonna get the full benefit of the boxes because it's gonna be covered up. Because this, on this wall here is where we're gonna have like a little media center. Maybe it's like a bar, I can't remember, but it's gonna be covered up. On this wall, we're gonna have a couch. But you know, the only place we would see it is here. So the compromise was, okay, let's just do a chair rail. And by the way, I thought the chair rail was gonna stop right there at this door, right here. But no, when I came in, because I went to the apartment to finish packing, when I came in, there, the chair rail went all the way down the hallway. And it's not a long hallway at all. This is where the girls' rooms are located. So it is not a long hallway. So I guess he was thinking, okay, let's just go ahead and continue it all the way down the hallway. But I think it looks nice though. You know, once it's painted, it'll look really good. So that is what we have so far. Just to give you all a quick update, they have sanded and primed all the molding for paint here in the hallway and in the bathroom. You probably have them there in the family room now. But everything has been sanded and primed for paint. So this is the finished product and we absolutely love it. It turned out so good. Just want to kind of give you all an overview of what it looks like right now after the work was done. So as you can see, we had a few things done over here. Let me just show you the ceiling. I'm not sure if you recall, but the ceiling, that trim was somewhat meeting the door and it just looked too messy for us. So we was like, okay, let's remove the trim. So we had the trim removed and we definitely love it. We have 6 boxes. So we do have the one, kind of the rectangle at the top and then the square at the bottom. So we have 6 on this wall. And then if you come here, come around this corner, there are 4 on this wall. It's 4 on this wall here. And then there are 2 on that wall. Arch over the door, and it turned out fabulous. And also you can see we had him remove that trim on this side as well, because it was too much. It was meeting the door, and so the door frame was somewhat meeting the trim, so it just looked like it was one big piece of cream or taupish color. So it was like, nah, let's remove that and just have the one piece trim at the top. I'm in the powder bathroom. And this is the job done with the trim here. And very nice job that the contractors did. It's even behind the door. So we have this piece, or this box rather, these couple of boxes here behind the door. And as you can see at the top, we have the long rectangle, and then we have, well, it's a long rectangle too, but it's much bigger. It's probably about 2.5 times the size to, you know, so it can kind of play off each other. And the guy, he did such a great job. Like, he even went behind the toilet. Okay, there it is, it's focusing now. But the trim is behind the toilet. I'm not doing a good job of showing this, so I apologize, but the trim goes all the way behind the toilet. I'm not quite sure how he did that, but he did it, and it looks great. It's a very seamless transition. So there's not like a gap between the trim, although I'm not sure who will be looking behind the toilet, but just in case you want to look behind the toilet, there is trim there. So we are very satisfied with this powder bathroom. Have some more work to do, and maybe changing out this hardware here and putting something a little bit different. And I need something for, you know, to hold the toilet tissue, and maybe put some artwork or some shelves here. We need a trash can or a wastebasket over here. So we'll see what happens with it. There's the sink. Of course, there's the mirror and the light. And by the way, we flipped the light down. So we had to move it up because this part of the mirror, since we had this trim added, we had to move the mirror up. This mirror is like 40 inches tall. So we had the mirror moved up. Well, my husband moved the mirror up, and he's kind of handy. So he moved up the mirror too. So he moved the mirror up, patched up the work, painted. So it looks really good. And here is the ceiling that's in that, in the entryway where we had the barrel ceiling and it didn't have any trim on there. So we had our contractor add some trim, and as I stated before, it's a flexible trim because the other trim, it just wouldn't bend. Even if they cut slits into the wood, when they tried to bend it, it would break. So my husband found this flexible trim, and it just made it much easier for that trim to kind of mold into the ceiling. It looks really good. It's not a lot of trim. It's not very intricate and fancy. It's very simple, clean lines, more of a classic look. And that's exactly what we were going for. So here we are in the den. And this was a last minute decision. My husband, he was like, what do you think if we add like some picture boxes? And I was like, I don't know if that'll be too busy. It's a night light for my girls. It is super bright. You know, when they're at nighttime, you know, they need to walk down the hall, so we have this bright night light. But anyway, he was like, what do you think we add picture boxes? And I was like, I think that may be a little bit too busy because we plan on putting a sofa here on this wall. So I felt if we added picture boxes, you wouldn't even be able to see them because we have a sofa there, and we added this little bar set, or these little bar cabinets. And you wouldn't be able to see it there. So I was like, I don't know, I don't think that's a good idea. So he came up with this plan to add this chair rail all the way down the hall. Let me turn on the light. So it goes down the hall. And in here, we asked the contractor to remove that trim as well. So you can see the trim has been moved. It's a screen-in porch. So all of the trim has been removed in the den and in the hallway over there by the mud room and the friend's entry. So yeah, that's the work that's been done. We absolutely love it. Very simple, a very classic traditional look. I really like it. So this was a great decision by my husband. Although it was a last minute decision, it was a great decision of him adding this trim.